Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you don't know me, my name is Maudi, and together with my boyfriend Eric, we rode our bicycles across the world. We've been away for 2 whole years and we roughly rode our bicycles from our home country, the Netherlands, through Europe, the Middle East, Central Asia, and then on to Japan and Southeast Asia. It was a really great trip and we've documented the whole journey on this YouTube channel, so after this video, go and watch. In this video we're going to discuss the top 5 countries that we've been on in our trip, and of course it was really hard to choose because every country has its own special features that we really loved. But there were 5 clear winners and we're going to discuss them now. So with no particular order, let's dive into the first country.
First up, Turkey. The geographic and cultural border between Asia and Europe. One of the first things that stood out to us when entering Turkey were the many mosques. The influence of Islam is present throughout the country, and cycling through even the most remote valleys we heard the call to prayer 3 times a day. The hospitality of the Turks is next level. Invitations to drink chai or join family picnics is a regular occurrence. We were often spoiled with delicious local foods like homemade cheese, bread, roasted chestnuts, and endless refills of black tea with lots and lots of sugar. Even in the most remote places with very little resources, people were always willing to help us out. With its diverse landscapes ranging from the often green and lush coastlines to the mountains in the east and the desolate and barren highlands of Turkey's interior. From start to finish, Turkey continued to amaze us. Following no particular designated route, we haven't seen any of the many cultural and natural highlights, but still, Turkey was one of our top countries, and it only tells us that we still have lots more to discover. Next up is Japan. An island nation, part of the Asian continent and located in the Northwest Pacific Ocean. Japan's combination of culture and nature is unlike any other countries we've seen. The more time you spend here, the more fascinating the culture and the way of living seems to become. If possible at all, it will take years to unravel and fully understand the complex social structure of Japanese society. We were fascinated by the pursuit of perfection in everything the Japanese do, ranging from religious and spiritual practices to arts and crafts, food preparation and engineering. Although living in Japan is quite expensive, we found it easy in managing our days on a smaller budget. It's good to have somewhat of an opportunistic mindset though, and make use of the many facilities spread across Japan. Michi no Ekis, translated as rest places, were one of our favorite spots to relax, often with a small shop, toilet building, or even with the more elaborate Japanese onsen. With a mix of mountains, coast, jungle, and an abundance of wildlife, there's something for everybody. Because of its safety and convenience, we think Japan is a great destination for beginner cycle tourists, but also for the more experienced adventure travelers. Next up is Georgia. Situated in the Caucasus region at the crossroads of Eastern Europe and Western Asia. After having spent around a week in maybe one of our favorite capital cities, Tbilisi, we cycled into the countryside and were welcomed by the friendly Georgian people, waving and smiling at us as we went. Riding on muddy roads through picturesque valleys, along rustic villages, and with the spectacular Caucasus Mountains that always kept us company in the background. Georgian hospitality takes it to the next level. They're really proud of their traditions and were keen on sharing their homemade spirits or wine with 2 dusty cyclists. Although with its tough past and sometimes still, the Georgians vibrate positivity, and we highly encourage you to consider this country as your next bicycle touring destination. The next country in our list is Tajikistan. Situated in the heart of Central Asia, Tajikistan is blessed with one of the most spectacular mountain ranges in the world, the Pamir, with mountains ranging as high as 7,500 meters. And through these mountains runs a well-known route amongst many travelers, the Pamir Highway. It's no wonder that every year hundreds of travelers come here to experience the remote, desolate scenery and isolated life up in the Tajik mountains. Through narrow green valleys and along winding rivers, we ride on the dirt roads. Every 5 minutes or so we are presented with a new spectacular view on the mountains, sometimes easy to navigate and sometimes flooded by rivers or blocked by landslides. Towards the evening, when the moment arrives to look for a campsite, I personally like to ask in a village if we could camp in someone's garden, and we were always welcome. Sometimes we were even invited into people their home. Beside the physical challenge, we were also mentally put to the test. We had to overcome fears and cross mental boundaries that we didn't even know we had. The altitude and remoteness is something we never had experienced this intense before. Cycling on the high plateau was like being on another planet. We never felt so into the moment and connected to the landscape as we did when we rode the Pamir Highway in Tajikistan. The last, but certainly not the least country in our list is Iran, situated in the Middle East between the Caspian Sea and the Persian Gulf. Perhaps one of the most underrated and misjudged countries of current times. I was pretty nervous before entering Iran. The mandatory headscarf and negative stories had put me on edge. We entered northern Iran in winter, and the miserable and cold weather made us decide to take a train south and resume our journey in a better climate. We learned that the Iranians love to do outdoor activities and are really proud of their country. They enjoy traveling to beautiful places and to share pictures of their experiences with family and friends. And Iran really has some fascinating places to visit. From the abandoned villages in the desert to the ceremonial capital of the First Persian Empire. Generous invitations went on throughout our stay in Iran. We received so much food, gifts and invitations to come over and spend the night. It was pretty intense and overwhelming at times. We know due to various reasons not everyone is able to, but if you can, don't let yourself miss the chance of experiencing a country so welcoming and interesting as Iran.
So guys, this wraps up our video about our top 5 destinations for bicycle touring. We really hope that you got some inspiration out of it and perhaps you've even chosen one of those countries for your own next bicycle tour. That would be really cool. Let us know in the comments and please do all the things below. Subscribe, like, share it with your family and friends if you think they would enjoy it. It really helps out our channel. And yeah, that's it for now. We will see you in the next video. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Bloopers. So if that excites you, keep on watching. Top 5 countries of our trip that we've been on this bicycle tour. If we can do that soon. So guys, this wraps up our
Click one of the videos on screen to check out more of our adventures. To help with our video creations, consider supporting us on Patreon.